So today I thought I should rank internet browsers, because I am a fellow user of internet browsers. I use them all the time, and therefore I'm qualified to decide which ones are the best. I have a tier list, and I'm going to rank them from based browser to steals your info browser, because I saw someone else do that. And you can also get it in not really that good tier and kinda good browser, and also 8 tier. If you're an 8 tier browser, you get an 8 tier. So these are the browsers that I have found on the tier list website. So the first browser is Brave browser. The Brave browser is actually, of course, it's based browser, because I actually happen to be using this very browser right as we are talking. The good parts about Brave is that it's a bear or tiger or lion as their logo, and it also works. So next browser is the Happy Duck with a green bow tie browser. So this one is used to, when you need to find a handsome duck, you use this browser. I can't think of that many occasions where I would need to find a very handsome duck that is also happy, but it's also very good that if you need it, you will have the browser that works, which is this one. But if you need a duck, you also need it to come to where you live, and that means that the browser does in fact steal your information. It goes into steal your info. Next up we have Mozilla Firefox. So Mozilla Firefox is a very popular browser. I have myself never used this browser, and I think it used to be looking different, but now it is not looking different than it did before. It looks like this now, and I have no opinions on Mozilla browser, so it's kinda good browser. Then we have the extremely cool other browser, which is Mozilla Firefox, but the Fox has a little lock on it, and that means that that is Mozilla Firefox, but it is locked, so you cannot enter the browser. And that is a very good thing if you don't want your information to be stolen, because then you can't even go on the browser to leak it, which is very good. So it's not in steal your info browser, but if you want to go on Google and search for Mozilla Firefox 2, you cannot do that, which is unfortunate, which means that this is not really that good of a browser. Then we have the Planet browser, which is a planet on a blue background. I didn't really know much about this browser, but then I saw that it said Pro, and that means that it's a Pro browser, so it has to go in A, of course, because Pro means good, and good means A tier. Then we go over to Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer is the best browser that has ever been created. The only downside with this browser is the fact that it does not work anymore. You cannot use it. It is gone. But if it wasn't gone, it would have been very good, because it was very good. And therefore it's based browser. It's also an E on the logo. Next browser, Microsoft Edge, is a worse version of Internet Explorer. They killed Internet Explorer to use Edge instead, and Edge looks stupid. It looks like Mozilla Firefox, but blue and a little green, and not a fox as well. This browser probably steals your info as well, so let's go. And then we have this very special browser, which is Cat on Earth browser. And what Cat on Earth browser does that not a lot of other browsers does is that this browser shows you every single cat video that has ever been recorded, and that is all you can do on this browser. So if you like cat videos, this is a very good browser for you. The weirdest thing about this browser though is that every single cat video that has ever been recorded ever is on this browser, even if you did not upload it. So if you took a photo of your cat with an analog camera back in the 1500s, that photo will be on this website, and that's a bit weird. But if you like cat videos, that's kind of a good browser, so it's kind of good. Then we have National Geographic, and National Geographic is not something that I watched a lot as a kid, but they do documentaries and stuff, so I think I have to put them next to the animals, which is the cat and the fox, so that makes sense. Next up is, this is the Furry browser, and all you do on this one is find furry conventions. So if you like going to furry conventions, and if you are a furry, this is based browser. but because I am not a furry, I will be putting it in steals your info. Next one is opera. Opera is something that you can listen to, but you can also attend and listen at the same time. And it's usually a lot of singing and long singing. Singing that goes on for 4 hours. That might be good, but when you're browsing on the internet, you are probably browsing the internet for a bit longer than 4 hours, depending on what you're doing. So if I would want to, for example, go on the internet and download my favorite browser, Internet Explorer, it would take me more than 4 hours, and therefore I wouldn't be able to do it on Opera because it would just end after 4 hours, just as Internet Explorer has ended forever. So it's not really that good. But to attend an Opera, you need to give them your information, so it steals your info. Then we have Google Chrome. Google Chrome is the basic browser, the one that everyone uses, I feel like. I think it's a good browser. I even have it installed here. And I once made a wood carving of the Google Chrome browser because I thought that it was cool. I got a very bad grade on this because it's very simple. And I also did it upside down for some reason. I don't know how it's possible to do it upside down, but I did. So Google Chrome is not really that good. If you carve it in a wood plate, you will not get a good grade, and that is all I care about. So no Chrome. And then we have the Moon browser. This one's really good for people like Elon Musk or an astronaut if you're going to the moon, which I think a lot of people might not be doing, but some might. And if you are going to the moon, it might be great to have a browser to go on while you're on the moon. And so Moon browser is probably a good option. And since moons go around planets, I have to put it next to planet. So A tier for Moon browser. Hope X works on Moon browser. Elon Musk, but he only wants Mars though. Next up we have Safari. Safari is the iconic Apple browser that is also a compass. A compass that is pointing in the wrong direction, which is up to the left corner, which, or on my screen, is the X to close the website, and I don't want to close the website. I want to finish this video. Apple, what are you trying to say? Just because I use Windows, you want me to close the website? That's not fair. How do you know that I have a Windows computer? You're stealing my info. And then next up, we have this one, Opera GX. Opera GX is a Twitter account that tweets on x.com. It X's on x.com. It posts X posts, X's, it X's, it's an X. It does a lot of Xing. It's an X account, and if you like to watch someone say things on X, then I think Opera GX is a good X to watch. Yes, watch Opera GX on X because their X's are great. No, it's not really that good. What? And then we have V browser. It does whatever V want it to. So it's an A tier, of course. Then we have PB browser. PB of course stands for personal best. So whenever you do something better than you have ever done it before, you go on this browser and then you say that you have done so, and then everyone else will comment on your post that you're pretty freaking trash and they have done it much better than you. But then you can go onto their accounts and see that they haven't not in fact at all done any better than you, because they haven't even tried what you did. Stupid browser. Hate you, dumb. It's not that good. Then we have the water browser. When you are in water, when you're about to drown, it is always good to know what to do when you eventually become an Atlantis person or a fish. And so therefore water browser exists so you can, look up whatever you need to know before you do the transformation, basically. If you are on the brink of drowning and becoming a sea creature, then I guess water browser is very good. But for someone like me, who's not drowning at the moment, I think this, it's not that cool. it steals your info somehow. And then we have green and blue ball browser. So green and blue ball browser is a green and blue ball browser. So what it does is that it's not only is it green, but it is also blue, and it is also in the shape of a ball. And the shading is done so that it looks circular when it is in fact just flat. That is kind of cool and well done for ball browser that is green but also a little blue. Or mostly blue, but also a little green. It's kind of good browser. Tetris browser, and as you can see here, this poor person has literally had a terrible game because they have a massive 2-dot hole. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. You should not have that, because that's bad. If you want to be professional Tetriser, then you should play this. It's not really that good browser. Then the final browser is, of course, blue Google Chrome. And what this browser does different compared to normal Google Chrome is just that everything is blue. So if you Google on the color green, it is a blue. And if you Google on the color blue, it is still blue because it's blue. If you Google on the color red, it will be blue. So it is basically as if you have installed Google Chrome and also Instagram filters on your computer, and then you just take the blue filter and turn everything into Avatar, the movie, the one with the blue people. So this is the Avatar browser. If you're ever considering going to Pandora, where everything is blue, for example, because that's a known fact about the Avatar universe, that everything is in fact only blue, then this browser will be good, because when you show the Navi people this blue browser, they will not be confused by all the sparkling colors of the Google Chrome. They will be like, blue? I know blue. I am blue. So I like blue browser. So I would consider blue Google Chrome to be based browser. So that was everything for me. I hope you know everything about browsers, just like me. I have to give this one a rating. I'll give it 2 hands and 3 triangles. This is my tier list. Hope you enjoyed, and watch my other videos, please.